Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the depends what the policy is. If it's I don't know, you need to do a takeoff and landing every month. There seems to be a quite universal rule that you need to do 3 takeoffs and 3 landings in 90 days. I think that's a pretty universal rule. So if this applies, for example, and you become not current anymore, then they would have to give you sim sessions and just like refresher training. You don't need to do the whole thing again, but yeah, that will be their responsibility to do that, to kind of give you the currency back, I guess. I have a few friends on other aircraft type who are starting to become a little bit tight on the currency. For the moment, personally, I'm good for the 3 takeoffs and landings in 90 days. But yeah, with the full blown, so to speak, lockdown, 24-hour round the clock lockdown, then the chances are the simulators are not running. I don't know if you still fly or not, but if the company flies a little bit and there's a few flights, obviously maybe there's not enough flights to get everybody flying, even if it's like once a month. So yeah, every single company has their own circumstances, I guess. But it is a big problem to keep everybody current. It's true. And for the moment, as I said, if the simulators are closed, if there's not enough flights for everybody, then you need to just wait basically and see how they're gonna do it. I have to say, last time I flew, I had not flown for almost a month, and yeah, it's with everything that's going on around, you know, the whole situation and the whole health situation. It's yeah, it's a little bit difficult to go back into it, you know, and I'd only been away for about a month, and kind of flying back like this after a month inactivity it kind of takes a little bit of time, as I said, on top of everything that's going around with the health situation. It's tough, you know. I was kind of feeling a little bit behind the first few minutes. I was kind of feeling like, oh, okay, it's the colleagues are good and stuff. The colleague I was flying with had flown about 2 weeks before, so it was a little bit more in the groove. But yeah, when you don't fly for a lot, very often, it's tough. I usually don't get a month holiday at a time. You know, when you get annual leave, vacation, you would get, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I personally like to have like several little chunks during the year, so maybe 7 days, 10 days, 2 weeks at a time, instead of taking everything at once. So yeah, when you don't fly for a month, then you kind of feel a bit rusty when you go back to it, that's for sure. Yeah, the various aviation authorities will kind of give a lifeline to airlines in terms of pilot recency and all these things. For cabin crew as well, a lot of cabin crew obviously are not flying. A lot of airlines now are doing cargo only, so obviously on cargo flights there's no cabin crew. So cabin crew as well need to keep a certain level of recency, so they kind of they are becoming uncurrent, if that's a word. And so these guys need to be also refreshed. So if the recency lapses, then I think, from what I understand, a lot of authorities are kind of given extensions. So. Bremen, KLM 123 Alpha, flight level 320.
KLM 123 Alpha, hello, you identified. Squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, KLM 123 Alpha. Yeah, 1000 is the new, with the mode S, it's a new thing. They don't really give full squawk code. They just give 1000 and that's the... Alright, so I'd better hurry up to get this set. Alright, so ILS27, the Recon 2 Alpha for the moment, at least, unless it changes the clearance. And yeah, our tip. Bremen, unless it's Maastricht, I'm surprised it's going into... We'll see what area it controls. PRF. We're gonna 7.3 plus 228, so 229, let's say. That's 236.3, so 236 roughly, we'll call it. 145, flat 30. And we'll go for the brakes too, that's enough. Pull out. Yeah, it's like a phone call, exactly. That's the good old WhatsApp for you. Briefing. 190, level 2, APU, ASDE, gate. By then terrain, so he's briefed.
KLM 2 Echo, descend flight level 80.
Descending 8, flight level 80, KLM 2 Echo.
Delta Alpha Hotel, descend level 110.
110, Delta Alpha Hotel.
Descent checklist.
Stand by. Descent checklist. Recall. Checked. Notes.
Checked.
Auto brake level 2. Landing data.
VRF is 145, minimums 190 feet. Set and checked.
VREF 145. Minimums 190 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Delta Alpha Hotel, code Bremen 136675, ciao.
136675, Delta Alpha Hotel, danke, ciao.
KLM 2 Echo, fly heading 115.
That's not me.
Heading
Reckon
115, KLM 2
180 is correct. Or score R tip, and then from R tip actually we're not gonna go to the Sierra Papa Lima, so we'll go to this point here. I'll see if that makes sense. Execute this, let's see. Go into plan mode. Oops, not on this page. Tip. Oh no. This waypoint is no good, so maybe the EH615. Straight in, I'll tip to the 615 point. Yes, that's good. I don't think the ATC is online, so then I'm gonna be on my own, so I can pretty much do what I want to do. 20 minutes top of descent. Descent checklist is done. Briefing is done.
Tegel 1016.
Descending 4000, the tune H1016, KLM 2 Echo.
Yeah, so that's it. KLM 123 Alpha, request descent.
123 Alpha, descent level 260.
Descent level 260, KLM 123 Alpha. So 260 is set.
Keep at 463, leave Manchester, Montpellier, 128.
He said descent,
122
so
decimal
we'll
8,
start
thank
the
you.
descent
Speed
now.
463.
Press altitude intervention to initiate the descent.
Austrian 163, descent flight level 250. Austrian 163, descent level 250.
Austrian 163, descent to flight
I do
level
suspect he's
250.
gonna cover only down to flight level 245, so keep an eye on the deviation indicator. I don't want to go down too early either. So far, so good. Oh, nice on the 747.
123 Alpha, no further ATC into Singapore, monitoring uniform 128.
122 decimal 8, KLM 123 Alpha. Bye bye, thanks for the service.
Yeah, bye.
Alright, so 122 decimal 8. Get rid of him. Alright, so we're going back on the vertical profile, so I'll re-engage VNAV. We've got hold and VNAV speed. We're gonna descend now to flight level 180. Front cam, I guess you mean the camera like this, the ground camera. We don't really do it in the air. The only time we do it is on the ground. Here in the simulator it kills the frame, so I don't really use it. But in the real aircraft you would use the what they call the ground movement camera, the GMC. Only on the ground really. You can kind of display it in the air just to have a look like that, but it doesn't really do anything. So yeah. Yeah, mainly the ground, the camera, mainly to taxi, or above all on the 300 on the 300ER. So yeah, such a long aircraft, it's good to have the camera. You don't necessarily need the camera, because after a while you know how you need to kind of do a bit of oversteering and things like that, but it's always good to have it, just to make sure that the main gear is not going in the grass. Hey Strato, welcome back. You've not missed much. Alright, so 180, it's looking good. We're in VNAV, so it's gonna take care of it. So I'll go down to flight level 100 or even 70 actually, to be leveled by R-tip. I'm doing good, surviving. You know, trying to stay a little bit current with this. So again, the right wing, the left wing. Looking from outside. They wouldn't do a 777 flight from Munich to Amsterdam, but hey. That's a good question actually about the 777X, and to be honest, I don't know the answer to that one. They certainly are trying to make it as similar as the 777. The current 777, I mean, but yeah, it's a little bit unclear. Also how they're gonna transition the guys flying the 300ER, and how they're gonna transition them onto the new 777. With everything that's going on at the moment, it's a little bit unclear as to what's gonna happen. To be honest, are the new aircraft going to be delivered on time? Are they gonna be delivered on time, or are they going to be postponed? There's a lot of questions and nobody knows really. So it's leveling off. No. Go back down. Not sure what the VNAV is doing there. I'm kind of looking at the chat. It's going back down. No, yes, maybe. I'll just reset this one. It's like level 70 above at R tip. Actually it was... Oops, let me try that again. Right, flightable change is the best. It was /100 or below, and 070 or above, like this. Yeah, the sign for the 777X, so yeah. So that's another question, you know, as to... I think it might be the same type rating, but there'll definitely need to be a new training, because it's, as you said, as you pointed out, it's similar to the 787 in the cockpit layout, from what I can see on the various photos and stuff. So it would make sense to the 777 and 787 theoretically as well is the same type rating. So yeah, it might be the same type rating, but there'll definitely need to be some new training, some differences training, because you can't jump. Although they try to keep the similarities, you can't jump from one to the other like this overnight. So yeah. Right, back to Vina. But yeah, all depends on the deliveries. It's really a tough time for aviation in general. Exactly, yeah. A friend of mine who's still flying the 737 was saying for the MAX it was just do an online course and that's it. You're good to go. So, as I said, to be honest, I think it will be the same for the 777X. I think it was just like a quick conversion. Maybe do an online course. Go in the sim, maybe 1 or 2 sessions, and yeah, that'll be it. If the autopilot modes are the same, if it handles the same, yeah, they'll keep it as the one type rating. The shortcuts, yeah, they are given by ATC. Otherwise, theoretically, you're not supposed to fly shortcuts on route, for example. The shortcuts will be offered by ATC, mostly to kind of expedite the traffic and help a little bit with the fuel burn and the efficiency of the flight. But the shortcuts are given by ATC. If there's no shortcut, then you're supposed to stick to the flight plan route, and you're not supposed to give yourself shortcuts. That's for sure. I hope I answer your questions. I'll use a bit of speed brake. You see that sometimes on VATSIM, you know, if you control, you come online and some guys are flying along, and when you're controlling on VATSIM, it shows you like if somebody is off the route, and sometimes if you guys are off the route, you wouldn't be able to do that in real. You've got to stick to the flight plan unless you're given a shortcut by air traffic control. Right, so descending flight level 70 towards R-tip, so it's doing well. You're welcome, Rounder. I'm quite pleased actually today that VATSIM more or less worked, which is, you know, a bit of a big event, because somebody was talking about, oh, I would like to hear you a little bit do the radio, and I mean there was not a lot of radio work involved, to be honest, but there was a couple of exchanges with ATC, and kind of maybe gives me the opportunity to demonstrate that as well a little bit, so that was good. But yeah, no, I forgot about the weather radar, to be honest. No. Because I get a little bit, you know, that's why we were talking earlier on about distractions, and how it can be a problem. I get distracted here as well on the stream, because I kind of juggle between two screens and follow the chat and stuff, so it's a little bit of a different
Flight
environment.
level 100.
So yeah, it's totally my mistake, so to speak. I forgot about it.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a gravity extension, but it's what we call the alternate gear. So if there's a problem, mainly with the hydraulic system and the center system, this part here, if the whole system is basically kaput, then the landing gear, which is normally actuated hydraulically with the hydraulic system, if the hydraulic system doesn't work, then you can drop the gear, mainly by gravity, just drop. So yeah, there's it's the redundant system. It's the second system. It's one of the favorite exercises in the simulator to give you a loss of hydraulic system C, the center system. So the whole system is US, and then you have to use the alternate gear and the flap extension, as well as using the secondary mode. So it's no longer, also the flaps are no longer actuated hydraulically by the hydraulics, but it's electrical system, which is a bit slower, so it takes a little bit more time to extend the flaps, and you can only land with flaps 20, so that's one of the favorites, so to speak. Alright, I'll go down to 3,000 feet, set the QNH. Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
1019 set.
1019. Approach checklist complete.
No, that's why I was saying earlier on such a short flight KLM we don't have a 777. It's just because I'm flying 777 and I'm kind of the last couple of streams I did short flights within Europe, so but no, KLM wouldn't fly. It's quite rare to find like wide body aircraft flights within Europe. It's quite rare. Right, so we'll come back.
People, traffic, Oscar for Charlie, my Charlie, just let me see your reclining to 1,500 feet.
We'll come back to the up speed or clean speed, max minimum clean speed. Flaps 1. Flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1.
Right. And on this heading, clear for the LS27. Right, it's gonna intercept by itself. No? Oh yeah, Jeddah to Riyadh or Riyadh to Kuwait or Dammam to Dammam to Kuwait is very short one. Flaps 5.
Speed check, flaps 5.
3,000, yeah, anyway, like Amsterdam is flat as a pancake. The airport is below, it's below sea level, so it's at minus 10 feet or minus 11 feet. It's amazing. Right, 15 miles out, we'll come back on the speed a little bit. I mean on the vertical speed. It's already below the cloud layer.
1,000 feet to level off.
The airport, the city down here is a big kind of, it's not a lake really, it's just the water coming in. Looks like a big structure, maybe a stadium or something. Hey Crooner, how are you doing? Yeah, there's actually a lot of those shorter flights on 777 that are continuation of longer flights. Flaps 15.
Speed check, flaps 15.
Was this 2000 actually? Right, so I can set 2000. I should intercept the ILS fairly soon. I'll try to do a continuous descent approach. I'm alright, thank you, Crooner 777, surviving. Localizer. Localizer capture.
Check.
Glide slope capture.
Check.
Missed approach altitude set.
Check.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 20.
Speed check flaps 20.
2500.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Right, so I need to wait for the gear to come down before extending the landing flaps. Flaps 30.
Speed check flaps 30.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete.
Checklist complete. Alright, I'll let it stabilize and then let the motion right, here comes the motion. Flight director. Wish me luck.
Approach stable.
1000.
Check. In the simulator, when the wind is varying like this, it's a pain in the backside.
Approaching 27.
I took the runway the most into wind. Usually it's 18 right, 18 center for landing.
Approaching minimums.
Approaching minimums.
Check.
Minimums.
Minimums.
Landing.
Checked.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reversers normal. $60 knots.
Manual braking.
Check.
Alright, here we are. That was not too painful. Let me see what this guy wants me to do. Push it down 1218. Uh-oh. Ground KLM 123 Alpha, vacating November 4.
KLM 123 Alpha taxi, gate Echo 22 at Alpha 18, give way to the Transavia Boeing 777 from the left.
Would it be possible to taxi to Golf 7 KLM 123 Alpha?
KLM 13 Alpha, affirm taxi gate Golf 7, just make sure it's Alpha 18, give way to the Transavia from the left.
Okay, taxi to Golf 7 and give way to the Transavia at Alpha 18, KLM 123 Alpha. I need to give way to somebody there. Not sure where he is. Oh yeah, he's coming here. That should be a 737, but it looks like different type of aircraft. But I'm sure that's who he means. So I'll stop here. Happy days. Yeah, actually, Golf 9 probably.
KLM 23 Papa and Easy 56 Kilo Romeo, next time make sure to use taxiway Charlie.
Apologies for that, KLM 23 Papa.
Local Easy 56 Kilo Romeo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has...
Ground from KLM 123 Alpha actually will be stamped Golf 9. You want us to go Alpha 18 and Alpha?
We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate
KLM 123 Alpha, you can take to Golf 7 via Alpha 19ers.
Okay, via Alpha 19, KLM 123 Alpha. But first on Bravo or Alpha?
KLM 123 Alpha first on Bravo via Alpha 19ers.
Okay, Bravo Alpha 19 to stand Golf 9, KLM 123 Alpha.
And KLM 23 Papa, Mount Unicom to the
Okay, to clean up.
flight.
Roger 122A Unicom, KLM 23 Papa, bye-bye.
Okay, to clean up. I think it's already been done. Right, so we're going to Bravo. I think there's actually a direction on those taxiways. I've not really looked at the charts too much.
And Easy 56 Kilo Romeo, monitor Unicom to 2.8.
Yeah, the model matching. I mean,
Easy 56 Kilo Romeo.
today is nothing short of a miracle that this thing
Lufthansa
works.
123, ready for taxi. Lufthansa 123, taxi at runway 36 left at Whiskey 5, cross runway 36 center.
So I've already flown out of Amsterdam. The scenery I've got is decent enough. So it's
Lufthansa
good.
123 via Alpha, Whiskey 5, cross 36 center, confirm? Lufthansa 123, negative, via Bravo at Whiskey 5, cross runway 36 center. Bravo, Whiskey 5, 36 center. Thank you very much. Lufthansa 123.
So it was Golf 9, I said. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah, they are waiting for me here. And that's Golf 9. Yeah, here they are. Lights and doors.
Cabin crew disarm doors and cross-check.
It's a bit of a blind turn. When the marshaller is
Transavia 85 kilo,
in the
monitor Unicom
building.
2.8, fijne vlucht nog, doei.
Unicom 228, 5 kilo, fijne.
Anyway, this is in the simulator here. It's a bit gimmicky to try to park properly with the marshaller and stuff. So I'll just stop somewhere. Beep. That will do. I can exit. Schiphol. KLM 123 Alpha, thanks for your service, and tot ziens.
KLM 123 Alpha, thanks for flying, bye bye.
Amsterdam ground, Shamrock 1138 with you, stand Delta 93, ready for push and start.
Shamrock 1138, hello, start up, pushback approved.
Push and start approved, Shamrock 1138.
But yeah, otherwise here we are in Amsterdam, Schiphol. Seems to be a quite nice day, a little bit chilly though. It was 6 degrees in Munich, 11 degrees here in Amsterdam. I understand the Gulf stands there are more like for wide body aircraft, but yeah, it's quite realistic and quite good looking on the actual tower in Amsterdam. A few of the little water ponds where obviously they drain the water. It's quite realistic as well. Oh, there's a few cars there, they're not moving but they're in the scenery. What's that? Looking around. So yeah, that was quite a good flight, huh? But yeah, otherwise thanks for joining me today, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and until next time, take care and I'll see you soon.